Hello, chat. Ooh, how's everybody doing tonight? How's it going, Crimson? DJ in second, and Chris in third. You finally got there. You finally got it. How's everybody doing? I'm mostly doing well. Work sucked, but I'm not at work anymore. I'm here. I'm home. I get to play Trails again for the first time in what feels like forever. You missed Jin streams? I also missed Jin streams. Oh, it's been so long. Is this FF9? No, this is Chrono Trigger. If you're talking about the music, Crimson, this is Chrono Trigger. Specifically, the song is called Wind Scene. I don't know exactly what the, I don't remember the exact context for this music, but this is, in fact, the Wind Scene is what the song is called. Time for more KH2 crit level 1. Nope, not this week. Not this week. When is Chris gonna learn how to read? He'll get there eventually. He plays long JRPGs. He doesn't need to know how to read. Let's get right into things, shall we? I've missed this game so much. So much. Which is weird, because I have, in fact, done some grinding the last couple of nights. But it's never enough. I wasn't advancing the plot, I was just getting myself some Sepith. So I could unlock characters. Am I overleveled? We'll find out together how overleveled I really am. Maybe a tad. I don't think like a ton, but maybe a tad. I forgot I muted the game while I grinded. Because, reasons. There we go. That's probably better. Much better. Nightwolf, welcome in. Thank you for floating your daily mana. Also, I didn't mention him earlier, but thank you as well, Chris, for floating your daily mana earlier. I was in, like, middle school when you were in, like, kindergarten. Honestly? Yeah, probably.
Oh dear, from behind.
And thank you for the raid, Nightwolf. How are you doing this evening? What have you been up to? It's been a couple of days. Probably on Elliot? Oh, Valkyria Chronicles 4. That works too. That works too. You're good? Good to hear. Good to hear. Just kill Palms for Sepith? Yeah. That's what I've been doing. Ugh. I just killed a lot of Palms for a lot of Sepith. Although when you kill the ones in the garden, they only drop like one type of Sepith at a time, so it takes a while. Especially if you're looking for a specific Sepith, like, I don't know, green! I needed a lot of green. But that's okay. I didn't unlock every single character's slots, but I unlocked all of Katra's, Rosette's, Judith, and Aaron's, of course. And then, obviously, I already have Agnez's. I have not unlocked Ren's or Fairy. No, I already unlocked Fairy's, like, forever ago. Never mind. But then, of course, I have Vans unlocked. Do not have, like, hardly anything of bear cards unlocked. Whoops! Hey, Ali, welcome in. Thank you for the lurkies. Thank you for floating your daily mana. How are you doing this fine evening? This fine for Thursday. Today is Thursday. I don't know what days are, apparently. Yeah, right, the whole reason I needed even more green Sepith was to put stuff, or give her access to stuff, but I can't right now.
Of course. Your incapable
What if we just flip things around a little bit? Alrighty, we're gonna swap people around. We'll run this for now. Judith and Aaron already have actual, like, quartz equipped. Ooh, do I have a cast 3 that I can throw into Anya's? I do. Excuse me.
Of course. You may rely on.
Can I upgrade any of your stuff? Maybe evade 1 to evade 3? I don't want to steal any of this from anybody, so I'm not going to. And I don't have enough sepets to make another one. Weather here is too hot. Oh my goodness. I feel ya, DJ. 100+ degree weather is like the norm here during the summer, and I hate it. Okay. Let's actually look at this bulletin board. There's a Forest PG on the bulletin board. Hotel reservation hell. I don't think we're allowed to say that one on Twitch chat. It was 100 by you earlier? Yikes. Ugh. I'm having problems regarding our hotel reservation site. Word on the street is that the Orbital network issues are within your area of expertise. Would you be able to help me clean up this mess? If you can, please come to the city hall. I'll be waiting for you there. Gracio. Thank goodness for AC. Animal Crossing is very good, Chris. It's true. I think the hottest for you was today. It was maybe 93. Ooh. I'm so sorry, Crimson. We need to buy you a jacket? That feels like it's pretty cold compared to what I've heard from a lot of people, so. Trouble with the lodging website? Now that I think about it, the city's absolutely buzzing with tourists right now. Seems like people from the north are stopping by Anchorville on their way to watch the rocket launch. Blech. This is likely an issue that's arisen specifically because of the influx of people pouring into the city. So I didn't actually look at the temperatures myself. At least not today. I know the other day it was 112. Oh god, it was 112. And we're not even in the hot part of the summer yet. If I were to be perfectly honest, I believe this case is a little outside the scope of a 4SPG. Tech trouble, huh? Not sure the police or the guild could do much about this. Hard to know if this will be outside our wheelhouse without hearing the details, but I think it makes sense for us to try taking this one on. Hurts me a little to say this, but it may be worth doing as a way of gaining a foothold into the investigation. That is true. We were gonna do it even if it gave us the option not to. However, I'm glad that we don't have the option to say no here. It's gonna be a long summer, it sure will. Oh god. Missing delivery man. I run Nelkin Transport here in Anchorville. My delivery guy went out to do his morning rounds, but I've been unable to get in touch with him ever since. If possible, I'd like the situation resolved without a fuss. If you're able to help me, meet me at the station. President Nelkin. Missing case? Curious about this one. Me too. I wonder if this has anything to do with AD. Yo, Nightwolf! 190 stream streak. Holy cow. There must be some reason they're looking to Spriggan for help. I vote we get the lowdown on this one. Yeah, I'm with you there. I got a weird feeling for whatever reason, but I think it might be worth accepting regardless. Yeah, probably worth accepting for sure. Quick do a 1-hour stream when Nightwolf is sleeping? Nah. Nightwolf doesn't sleep. We've established this. You President Nelkin? The one who submitted the 4SPG? Yes. Are you the room in Spriggan? Thank you for coming. I am Nelkin of Nelkin Transport. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Nelkin. We're from Arkwright Solutions. Nelkin Transport's not a name we hear around here very often. Sorry, not to be rude. Haha. That is quite alright. We're still a small transportation company as we only recently opened for business. But that's what lets us provide personalized service and give our all to every job. Fortunately for us, that means it's a steadily growing list of customers. That's all well and good, but can you cut to the chase already? What do you want from us? Sleeps once in a while, but most of the time you stay up. I mean, I imagine you sleep for like at least a couple of hours a night, right? Aren't you having trouble getting in touch with one of your delivery guys or something? I take it there's more to it than that. Indeed. As this relates to my company policies. The missing person in question is a young man from the Central East who has a history of arrests. 4 hours? As long as you are able to be awake after 4 hours of sleep, that's probably fine. We employ a number of people who have served time, as well as those with large debts, a history of smuggling, or even no home. I'd go so far as to say they make up the majority of our workforce. Ah, so he runs a restaurant. Ah, that means... So, you actively employ people with nowhere else to go? Honestly, good boss. Correct. They have pasts, but they're still doing their best to reintegrate into society. We established this company to give them a second chance, to give them a home. Unfortunately, some of them are still dealing with the repercussions of their crimes and debts for various reasons. The Guild and police would not be able to turn a blind eye to such things. Which is why a bit of heat could cause trouble for some of my other employees as well. It's something I'd like to avoid. I know I'm being selfish, but how about it? Would you be willing to take on my request? I mean, we weren't about to say no. Honestly, I like this guy. So far. Sounds like it meets the criteria for a 4SPG to me. We'll take it on. Haha, thank you. I'll be counting on you. Hold on now. First, I want to know why that delivery guy went missing. That's a good question. Would you mind giving us the details of his route, and maybe we can follow it and see if there's any suspicious activity? Excuse me. According to your request, he was in the middle of a job for a company that hired you, right? I haven't the slightest idea. The delivery person is a Central Eastern named Yasser. He's always been a hard worker. But this morning, after we received word that his delivery had been completed, he completely fell off the radar. Ah, so this was after he finished the delivery. Is it possible he got caught up in something? An accident? That's certainly a possibility. Let's not worry about the why for now. We should start searching. You're right. Do you know what his delivery route was? Thank you. The last report we got for a completed delivery was in the residential area to the southeast. After that, he should have been stopping by the workshop for vehicle maintenance. It may also help you to know that due to his frequent trips to the logistics center, he was friends with some of the employees of other firms. Sounds like a good place to start as any. Let's go see what they have to say. Thank you again. I really wasn't sure what I should do. And then you came, like a blessing from the goddess. With that, I leave the rest to you. I'm counting on you. Sure. Leave it to us. Anya's suspicious.
Commencing mission.
Missing delivery man. Let's go try to find this guy. Excuse me. Excuse us. Hi there. Do you know anything about Yasser?
If I may trouble you a moment.
Delivery man? As long as I get enough sleep in me, I'm all good. Yeah, exactly. Also, it has been scientifically studied and proven. Simply laying in bed, even if you don't actually, like, sleep, is still very good rest. Like, if you can't actually, like, fall asleep at all, just lying down for a bit is still very good rest. So to anybody who's watching me on their phone while they lie in bed, I know Allie does that. Actually, Allie is the only one that I know for sure does that. You can absolutely, like, yeah. Considering days when I'm in my bed all day and then try to go to sleep and I have trouble sleeping, I agree. Yeah. DJ does do it. You're right, Chris. You're right, Chris. I forgot that she also watches me in her bed. DJ needs to fall asleep to the sound of my dulcet voice. I sure hope that delivery boy is okay. Oh, did you need something? Could this be the person Yasser was delivering to? Pardon me. I was hoping I could ask you a question. Jin forgot about you. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry, DJ! Central Eastern? Ah, you mean the delivery man who came this morning? He's missing? Surely he wouldn't have been so bothered by such a minor thing. Was there some kind of trouble? Yes, well, I wouldn't call it trouble per se. Stick to hunting bears? Thank you. Thank you. Well, some people might look at me and call me a bear, but no, don't think about that too hard, chat. He delivered a package for my son and his wife who are in the capital. It's just that he was a little late. How late do you mean by a little? Let's see, about a minute, maybe? Like, that doesn't even sound like that bad. Like, he got caught up on one extra red light. Oh no. That's a little alright. Could just be someone's clock is fast. Certainly. But it seemed to really matter to the delivery man. I told him there was nothing to worry about, that it was just a minute. You died to a bear last night? What game are you referring to, DJ? Are you talking about Yakuza 5, or are you playing something else now? But he apologized time and time again, like he thought it was the end of the world. That is in Yakuza 5. Okay, okay. Why would he go that far? And after that, he was completely distracted, like he couldn't think about anything else. I heard him mumbling things like, "It's all over," and "I'm cooked," as he got back into his delivery vehicle. I got worried he might get into an accident since he seemed so frazzled, so I called out to him. I'm fine, it's okay. Nothing's wrong. Thanks, but you don't have to worry about me. He took off after that. There's nothing more I could say. That sure doesn't sound like he was fine. Yeah, it was barely even a mistake. It's the kind of thing that could happen to anyone. Something's definitely going on. That much is clear. Thank you for your help, ma'am. Is our good boss that I was referring to earlier not so good of a boss? Oh, it was nothing. I just hope everything's all right. Is he extremely strict with his employees or something? Or maybe somebody else that,
Let's have a look.
I hesitate to call Yasser a victim yet, because we don't know for sure if a crime has taken place.
There sure are a lot of fish here. See you later, Judith.
But, like,
All right, everyone, be sure you watch out for cars. Got it?
no, I don't want to, Judith. Oh, you're just a regular shop. You are who I need to talk to.
May I have a word?
Hello, Lewis. And this is where his delivery stopped. But he still hasn't stopped, or he still hasn't contacted us. Did something happen? Yasser wouldn't flake on us, would he? 10k more points until I can get you to do another free game? Mods, remove all of Chris's points. He said Yasser. Looks like you're a friend of our missing delivery man. Allie, if you're listening, do not actually remove any of Chris's points. Who are you? The crew asked about the missing Yasser. You said he's missing? There's no way. He'd never take off without letting me know. Heard you work for different companies, but it seems like you two are pretty good friends. Also, I don't think mods can do that. Watch them. Maybe. Yeah, I work for a company called Anchorville Transport. I actually met Yasser while we were waiting for packages at the logistics center. We're around the same age, so we kind of hit it off, and are always talking shop while drinking coffee. Actually, I just picked up a package. I just picked up a package Yasser's supposed to deliver this afternoon. Figured I'd take it to him. Anchorville Transport is a pretty big company. Yeah, they've been around for a while. You could say they're a pillar of the industry at this point. Did someone make you transport another company's package? Hey, I got permission, you know? We can always help each other out when we're in trouble. I'm still doing my work too, so it's not like anyone's gonna complain. I expect the paperwork might be troublesome. You seem to be a good friend. Both Lunar Silver Star story and Valkyria Chronicles 4 story are so amazing and well done. I'm glad that you're enjoying them, Nightwolf. They are on my list of things that I need to play at some point, but do not own either. If a little too nosy in my opinion. Still, sounds like it's pretty unusual that he just vanished without saying anything to you. Something has been eating away at him for a while now. He never brought it up himself, so I tried not to pry. But now that he's missing, I can't just do nothing. Will you let me join in the search? Always happy for an extra pair of eyes, but aren't you in the middle of work? Doesn't make a difference. Even while working, I can still gather information. So please, find my friend. And let me know if you hear anything at all. Can do, bud. Can do. Now then, what do you know? Do you have anything that I want to buy?
I'm your gal.
Answer yes, I want to buy evade and strike 3s, but I don't have the Sepith.
Come again.
Let me ask you something.
What do you know about our missing man, our victim, for lack of a better word? Central Eastern's delivery man, huh? Yeah, someone like that stopped by this morning. Really? I never expected him to come into your workshop. What'd he buy? Maintenance kit with some oil and a brush for cleaning small places. Said he was going to use it on his delivery vehicle. Something bothering you? It's just, he seemed a little out of sorts when he came in. Like he was dead on the inside. Like he'd given up. He was looking at our products with a faraway look in his eyes. Why would he be so forlorn? Oh, don't tell me he's been hypnotized by Altered Dawn or something, chat. I don't know what happened, but it sure is pushing the definition of depression. Especially considering the contents of that maintenance kit. It just occurred to me that it could be used just as effectively to serve as a firearm. Tried to see how he was feeling, but he blew me off by saying it didn't matter. That is a concerning response. Oh no. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Can't say anything for certain, but I did wonder. He even thought about getting in touch with the guild or calling the police. There's something going on, isn't there? Yeah, just leave it to us for now. Group finished investigating the places mentioned by President Elkin and decided to organize the information they'd uncovered. We spoke to a lot of people. Excuse me. Still don't know where that delivery guy Yasser has gotten off to. But we at least have a vague idea of what he might be planning. Yeah, vague idea. Yes. Though it's just a guess. He might be... Yeah. That's a depressing thought, but... no matter how you look at it, that's certainly the idea that comes to mind. Yes, whether it's concerning the look the old lady saw, or the kit he purchased at the workshop. Not to mention the fact that he can't be found anywhere in the city, Even though he's driving a delivery vehicle, then there's a good chance he's already left. Things aren't looking good, huh? He went missing this morning, right? That's quite a long time ago. I should like to think it would take him time to work up the nerve. We'd better hurry and find him. Then let's get to it. Yeah, let's get moving. You guys are still in the city? Louis, I almost forgot we'd exchanged contact information. You said you were heading to the logistics center. Find anything? Yeah. They said I just missed Yasser. That idiot left behind a freaking suicide note. They said he was headed somewhere in the Anchorville outskirts. Uh-oh. Better hurry, chat. It's just as we thought. Yeah, but if he's headed to the outskirts, we might still be able to stop him. Let's hurry. 2 SP. For correctly guessing the most depressingly obvious question in the series. No, not that one. How far? Oh, okay, he's not that far. The side quest's pretty deep. Yeah.
Searching time.
It's like we've definitely had other character. We've had this topic in the series before, for sure. I seem to remember George actually pointing the gun at his head before. I think it was Angelica stopped him. Hey, there's one good thing Angie has done this series after Cold Steel 2. Van, over there. There he is. Things will be easier this way. Yasser put the gun in his mouth. Wait! Do a flip! Huh? We made it in time. Just barely. Hey, you! Don't be stupid! Why are you trying to stop me? I've been struggling with this all morning, and I finally made up my mind. It'll finally be over. I'll finally be free. Nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to run. What could possibly push you this far? It's okay to run away, but why do something like this? Look, we're strangers. We don't understand your situation. Maybe you're not interested in what we have to say. But we're here, aren't we? There's got to be some kind of fate, so why don't you calm down and tell us what's going on? Depending on what you're going through, we might need to change up our request. So who are you guys? After Yasser finally calmed down, he shared how things got to this point. Provided a deeper look into the realities of Nelkin transport. Over 300 hours of unpaid overtime? 300 hours. Yikes. I thought this guy was a good boss, Mr. Nelkin. I guess not. Being forced to come in on your days off. Not to mention how mistakes are penalized and employees are required to maintain company vehicles on their own dime. Among other things. Love how I said he was a good boss. Listen! He told us his side of the story. Well, the good parts of his side of the story. You know, as a company, he's hiring people that nobody else will really take. He's giving them a second chance. I'm like, yeah, that's a good company. Too bad he's a piece of shit, apparently. This is all clearly exploitation. And some of the worst kinds, no less. Even the underworld's not this bad. Or should I say cruel? What difference does it make? That president dude acts all nice and everything, but he's a real piece of work. Ever since I was arrested for stealing from the fields back when I was a refugee, my whole life has been on a downward spiral. I joined this company shortly after I got out of prison. At first, I was grateful to them. They gave those of us with nowhere else to go a chance to work. But in the end, you were caged by your criminal past and forced to work like slaves. I could tell that my will to live was being gradually ground into the dust. We barely ever get our wages, and even now we're stuck living out of the office. Where else could we go? In the end, it didn't matter. We didn't even have the strength to run away. That's just horrible. There's no way we can forgive them. I knew such companies worked in the shadows of the Republic. What was the president thinking when he made this request? It didn't feel like anything was off with the request itself. Yeah, but I did get the sense talking to him that something wasn't right. But now the truth's come out. The guy simply doesn't meet our requirements. It's time he paid the price. Including what he owes us for trying to make us do his dirty work. You aren't planning on reporting the company, are you? Please don't. There's no proof. And if you report them, then the rest of the employees won't have a place to belong. Trust me, that's just another way these guys keep people in line. And no matter what they tell you, this ain't the kind of place you can belong to. It's nothing but hell with air conditioning. Actually, our vehicles don't have air conditioning unless we buy it separate. Never mind. You're gonna have to grow a spine, get yours, and buy your life back. Do that, and we'll be right here with you. Why? Why would you go that far? It's not just for you. We gotta balance our own account too. And besides, there's someone else that's just as pissed off as we are. Hey! Thank the goddess, you made it in time. Yeah, sir, you damn fool. How dare you leave me with a suicide note? Lewis, that exploitation you were talking about, do you think that would have just ended with your death? Why didn't you let me help you? We're friends, aren't we? Well, the players are all here. Well, not one of them. Yep, and now it's time to plan. Just the ones we care about. The group and Luis began gathering information once more. When they finished making their preparations, they called their former client. Hello, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting. Sorry to call you all the way out here. No, this may be the best, given my request. You don't have to worry about anyone overhearing us. You mentioned that you wanted to make your report in person. Did you have any luck finding Yasser? Yeah, he's in the cab of the truck. Seems like he decided to take matters into his own hands. Is that so? That makes things easier on me, then. I'm sorry to say we get these kinds of escapees every once in a while. It would be inconvenient if our practices were made public, so I always have to track them down and bring them back. They forget how much I do for them. These stray dogs should just be thankful I even gave them a job. Well, thank you for finding him before it became a whole thing. You guys are even better than the rumors say. Can I leave the cleanup to you all as well? No. With that, I leave the rest to you. I'm counting on you. So that's what he really meant. I suppose he wasn't lying about wanting things resolved without a fuss. So, the whole 4SPG was just to help this guy hide his shady business. Huh? What are you talking about? President? You? What? Didn't you say he was dead in the delivery truck? That's not what he said. That's not what I said. I said he decided to take matters into his own hands. Evidence of everything from Nelkin Transport's illegal hiring practices to their rampant exploitation is right here. What? Turns out there was a lot of other people in the industry who were concerned about the way your employees work. I used my contacts at Anchorville Transport to gather plenty of proof. We have all the data from the company T-phones, too. There should be ample evidence of the excessive workload you forced on us. And just for good measure, we hacked some of Nelkin Transport's internal data you've been trying to cover up. All we have to do is show this to the right people and your company is finished. Your security was so lax, it was almost boring. We've analyzed and restored everything, including your encrypted data and everything you deleted. What? What's going on here? Why are you helping the stray dog? Weren't you supposed to solve any problems, no matter the circumstances, as long as you got paid? Isn't that what the Spriggan does? What are you talking about? I don't know where you got that idea, but we don't operate on a scale of black, white, or gray. Taking on a request like this was a mistake. No way we'd tackle a 4SPG as foul as this one. Now's the time to negotiate. You got 3 options. 1, completely revamp your company and develop a proper working environment and suitable compensation. 2, pay your employees what you owe them, plus additional compensation and leave the company amicably. 3, do nothing. Watch us hand this data over to the guild or police and let them crush you and your business. Personally, I'd recommend for 1 or 2. 2 those and I can hold off on reporting you. For now. And trust me, that's way more of a break than you deserve. Consider it thanks for giving these people a place to go. Autumn, how's it going? How are you doing, Autumn? I'm in a generous mood. Guys, go check out Autumn. Ooh. On Pokemon Black and White during your Pokemon replaythroughs. Heck yeah. You are melting. I feel you. I feel you so much right now, Autumn. I think I'm gonna pick option 4. Kill you and recover the data. Ooh, you brought goons? Who are these guys? They're the guards who hang around the main office. I got their voices backwards. Whoops. Based on the way they move, I'd guess they're Jaeger dropouts. Can't believe this guy would go this far. This is my insurance to make sure none of those wayward strays get any ideas. Alright, you lot. Do it. Goons? Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Looks like we'll have to shut them up ourselves. Yes, sir. Luis, please step back. Just these guys? Nothing to worry about. Fairy's got the right idea. Ow! Rude.
You won't beat me. Punishment time.
Every time she says it, chat.
Time to raise the curtain. Rimcat at your service. It's go time.
Swiftly now. Turbo code.
Yes, please.
POC in operation.
I guess maybe turbo code wasn't quite necessary yet. Yeah, we can just criminal butte all these guys.
Don't test me.
There we go.
Come at me.
That is a 10,000 damage, chat? I guess it is at level 5, but still, holy cow.
Don't test me.
Activate your skills.
Criminal. Butte.
Impossible.
In your dreams. You're up, Baron.
Now is an opportune time to move. Activating ZOC.
Pressure him and move in.
Oh, okay, you are in fact a signal target attack.
Test your luck. Not done yet.
Good gooners. What did I say? Huh? What? Chat, that is a lot of damage. How can this be? Phew. That wasn't too much trouble. Yeah, no, I probably could have done it in one attack if I decided to use Vandalize Raid, but I figured I'd give them a shot. These chumps never stood a chance. Looks like it's over for now. Please, please stop. Yasser, don't. You're a real piece of work, President Nelkin. When you took me in, a Central Easterner with a record, you saved me. I was in your debt. That's why I begged them to give you a chance, a way to settle this. Can't believe I was such a fool. Gah! Oh shit, chat! Do we let this man become a murderer? I'm gonna stick to what I do. But dear God, some of these have been like genuine like choices here. Van, you had every reason to shoot him. It wasn't my place to interfere. I'm surprised they didn't have a sound effect for that. But you didn't cross that line. That's the difference between you and him. Ah, that's why! He didn't shoot him. Yeah. This guy's not worth committing another crime over. I'm sure you're worried about your job, but remember, you've got me. Lewis. Right. Thanks. Man, he really had me worried for a moment. Guess you could say we finished the request. Actually, we finished the request a while ago when we found him and saw he was safe and sound. Well, forced him to be safe and sound. That was a little bit of bonus. Afterward, Van and crew called the Anchorville police and handed over an unconscious Nelkin and his goons. They left everything else to the police, including the evidence of the company's exploitation. Yasser and the rest of the Nelkin transport employees collectively agreed to cooperate with the investigation and face the music, coming clean about their criminal past or their illegal entry into the country. Yeah, no, that one was pretty deep. For sure. Might be strange for me to say this, but thank you. All of you. Evil? Hey. Nobody died, Chris. It's because of you I got to help my friend out of a bad place. I'm truly grateful. No. It was you who's been Yasser's most important pillar of emotional support. But I didn't know that. True, I didn't. Though, to be honest, Chris, towards the beginning, or before the fight, I was like, thinking to myself, hey, Yasser, why don't you use that gun on your boss instead of yourself? That seems like a better use of that bullet. It's because of you that he hesitated to take his own life, and that of someone else. I'm sure it meant the world to him to have someone reach out to him at his lowest moment. All I've ever done is chat with him at the logistics center. Isn't that what's most important? Chat. Press 1 in the chat if you think Yasser and Lewis here should just kiss. Yeah. Sounds to me like what you call a friend. with benefits. Either way, I won't get to see Yasser for a while because of the investigation. Not the number that I asked for, Chris. Probably in a real bind now that the company he works for is gone, so I'll have to give him another hand. Maybe I'll try and introduce him to our own recruiting office. That could help. Yeah, that's a nice idea. And if any troubles pop up, you can always put up a 4SPG. Maybe if I stopped Yasser? Damn. I'll be sure to let him know. Spriggan, huh? Good luck with everything while you're in Anchorville.
That's all, folks.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Good quest. Chaos up! Max rank. Max rank, chat.
See you later, Judith.
We have all kinds of fresh vegetables.
That's fucked. Nah. I think we made the right call.
Good stuff.
That this side quest was the one to get you your chaos maxed. Chaos is max, DJ, it's true. Considering how close I was, I get the feeling I probably would have hit max chaos from that quest, even if I had chose to save him.
Please wait a moment.
That being said, hello, Gracio. You Gracio? We're from Arkwright Solutions. Ah, so you're the ones I've been hearing about. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Gracio, yes, and I represent Anchorville City Hall's tourism branch. There's no need to be so formal. Feels a little strange in a place like this. It ain't every day we get a 4SPG from someone in the government. Even so, I expect my request should be right up your alley. Now then, allow me to explain the situation. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Gracio. At least wait for me. My apologies, Mr. Bannings! Mr. Bannings? Oh, is this your boss? Please, allow me to introduce the Fixers, right? I've heard the rumors. You're right that we don't normally consider asking for outside help. I wonder who this guy is? No clue! But Gracio here has been making the case that we should reach out to you. Seeing as the buck ends with me as the manager, I'll be sitting in on this meeting. Yeah, what do you mean I don't remember? His name is Chief. He's right there. I can see his name right there, Chris. First name Chief, last name Bannings. Only somewhat related to Lloyd Bannings. Probably. Fine with me. So, what's the deal with the request? As you can imagine, our tourism branch is in charge of Anchorville's PR and facility management insofar as they relate to tourism. That includes cooperating with certain sites used to reserve lodging. I don't got an emote that has me leave. I guess that means you can't leave me, Chris. It's a service that books accommodations for you, yeah? I've seen a few before. It's a little strange for the city to be involved like this, though. Autumn can leave. Well, we don't think of it ourselves as a transport hub or a rest stop or on the way to the capital. We don't just think of ourselves as a transportation hub or a rest stop on the way to the capital. So we provide information to tourists about our various attractions and recommended accommodations and discounts they can use while they're here. Excuse me. Autumn's back! Welcome back, Autumn! We're now also running a popular support campaign in conjunction with the space program, offering partial rebates for lodgings. Because of that, we've been getting more and more reservations than we ever thought possible. Wow. Normally, people just skip right by us since we're so close to the capital. Sounds like you jumped on the space program bandwagon at just the right time. Oh, Aaron. More to the point, the request makes it sound like you've run into some trouble. Yes. For starters, some of the rooms the guests reserved ended up being occupied before they even made it to the hotel. You're playing some FF14? Heck yeah, Autumn! One group reserved a suite and ended up with a confidence room. I forget if I've asked you, what class are you playing in 14? There was even a prepaid reservation that had no record of payment, causing the guests to lose out on the rooms. Oof. Archer. Okay. You a bard main. I see it. I see you. Such problems have been frequent, but only at the lodging registered on the site within the city. Only at Anchorville lodgings? That is strange. Did City Hall figure anything out? Not a thing, unfortunately. We don't know if this is an issue with the site, an error by a third party, or even some kind of crime. Whatever the case, we'd really like to get this taken care of quickly. In addition to affecting business operations, they've also resulted in a number of claims being made against us. I've heard rumors about you while all this was going on, and apparently you're familiar with the Orbital Network and other new technologies. We would truly appreciate your assistance. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course we're gonna do it! Alistair, welcome in! Thank you for floating your daily mana. How are you doing this evening? Alright, we accept. Really? That's reassuring. Normally, I'd say it's up to the city to clean its own mess. But if everything is in order, I'll leave the rest to Gracio. I'll still be keeping an eye on things, though. We'll see whether or not you're like the rumors say. I don't get the feeling that he trusts us. He seems like the kind of person that only trusts his son, chat. Can't blame him. Even if our reputation's been growing, the work we do ain't exactly on the up and up. Now, we'd like to hurry up and get started, but we can't until we know where the issues actually occurred. Of course. That would be at Hotel Merceau on the back street, and the boarding house operating in the southeastern part of town. We've already spoken to the people in charge, so I'll leave the rest to you. Son? Well, Lloyd definitely isn't his brother, Chris, because Guy is unfortunately deceased. One more thing before you go. Here. Gracio handed out an envelope filled with Mira. It's his uncle? I do not, in fact, remember him talking about an uncle. Lloyd mentioned having an uncle in Calvard. I do not remember this, Chris. It's been forever since I've played the Crossbell games, though, to be fair. Huh? What's this? What do you mean? It's the advance payment, of course. I believe what we need was made clear in our request. Please accept it. We only want this problem to be taken care of quickly. Naturally, you will be provided a much greater remuneration upon the completion of the job. Okay. I apologize, Chris. Thank you for the fist bump. I'm punching you back, Chris. Fellow fist bumpers. This is more like how we did transactions as mercenaries. Yeah, thanks for the offer, but we only accept payment after the request is completed. Hard to guess just how much overhead we'll be dealing with. Can't you just pay us after we've wrapped things up? Is that so? Well, if you say so. I'll let you know if we find anything, so don't worry. First, we'll need to check out Hotel M and the boarding house by the station, right? Yeah. Let's get started.
Let's resolve this however we can.
Hotel reservation hell.
Please wait a moment.
Nope. This way. This way. We're leaving the building. We gotta go talk or use topics again, chat. Our favorite mechanic.
May I have a word?
Have any troubles with your hotels? We had to deal with complaints all day yesterday. We really need City Hall to do something about this as soon as possible. Excuse me, are you the person in charge here? Sorry to interrupt while you're so busy. Got a moment to chat? And you are? Ah, you're here on behalf of the City Hall about the booking site problems. And am I glad to see you. Honestly, these issues have worn me out. We were told you have an old apartment that you've been renting out as temporary lodgings. Would you mind telling us about some of the troubles you've been having? Just the other day, a guest told me they'd made a reservation on the site. But we hadn't gotten a notification about it at all. There was nothing we could do to accommodate them at the time since we were full. A reservation that shouldn't have gone through. Sounds like it's been a common issue. What ended up happening with the guest? Well, we helped them find another hotel to stay in. But it's troublesome having to deal with these unforeseen issues, including returning the mirror they said they'd already paid. The new hotel didn't fall under the ongoing tourism campaign, so the guests lost out on the rebate too. Since we were so busy helping them, we couldn't deal with our normal guests, resulting in a number of complaints. Sounds rough for such a small operation. Did they not find any flaws in the booking site systems? I suppose that's a possibility. It depends on how complete the system is, but that's the first place I'd look after taking everything into account. We asked, but they told us they couldn't figure out where the problem originated. The site only just started operating, and there haven't been any similar issues elsewhere. I've definitely seen an increase in the people staying with us since I registered on the tourism guy's recommendation. But if I'm gonna have to keep dealing with the things like this, then I might have to back out. More people, more problems, I guess. But something feels off. Mind if we take a look at the computer you use for reservations? We'd like to take a peek at the data from that day, just in case. Not at all. Here, I'll show you the way. Van entered the boarding house and borrowed the data from the computer. My voice for this guy is all over the place, isn't it, chat? I guess I can't talk to him a second time.
Let's confirm your schedule. I have set your objective.
We've stolen his data now. There's the hotel way over there. Hey, we were just here for a side quest not long ago. Welcome to Hotel M. We'll make you feel right at home. To the right is where you'll find the underground bar. Wagner is the previous owner, so you might be able to share some fascinating stories if you ask him. I pressed the wrong button, chat. There we go. That's the right one. Welcome. Did you have a reservation? Nah, just some questions. We're here on behalf of the City Hall regarding a certain incident. I see. This is about the booking site. Yes, our hotel is registered. Thanks to the tourism support campaign, the number of guests staying with us has increased over the last few years. Sounds like the number of problems has gone up too, am I right? Yes. Just the other day, we had an issue that affected 2 of our guests. The reservations overlapped for the same room. Does that mean they were somehow able to reserve the same room at the same time? That definitely sounds like a problem. Indeed. The room in question sits facing the river with an excellent view of the city. After some discussion, we were able to move the guest who made the reservation second to a room on the other side of the hotel. To compensate them, we provided upgraded dining privileges and other benefits. However, the tourism support campaign ultimately failed to provide them with the rebate. Our guests were fairly dissatisfied as a result. I can imagine they would be. That's pretty rough. It was a strain on the hotel too, wasn't it? Honestly, it's been nice not having to worry about profits recently. Needless to say, we're happy about the increase in visitors. It's just that the growing number of issues is becoming a problem. We reached out to the booking site to try to prevent this from happening again, but they said they couldn't identify the problem. No clues about the cause, huh? Would you be willing to share your communications with the booking site from the time of the incident? After you've deleted your guest's personal information, of course. I suppose I could provide you that much. Just a moment, please. Manager provided the data regarding the booking site. We managed to get information from both the hotel and the boarding house that Gracio mentioned. Sounds like both of them had problems with the site, but got no answers about why. Sounds like we might need to go to the booking location directly. We've investigated the data we received, and it appears the guests experiencing the problems were using different booking sites. There were records of other such cases as well, but there doesn't seem to be any common threads regarding the sites they used. Sounds like it's not a bug in the reservation system itself. Could be something on the outside, or maybe a problem with the lodging. Either's possible. I hate to doubt the people of my own hometown, but should we get my mom involved? Miss Chloe? Yeah. La Nuit de Chat Noir may not be a hotel, and the guest rooms typically go unused, but it's pretty famous in the area. The tourism branch has probably reached out to her before. She must know something about what's been going on. You're probably right. We ought to check in with her. Good idea. Let's head over there now then. Very, very good plan. Yo, Chloe.
This place is a nice mall.
If I may trouble you a moment.
What are your thoughts on the booking problems? Oh, you're all back. Looks like you're in the middle of a 4SPG. Your faces suggest you need something of me. That's my mom. Nothing gets past her. I wanted to hear your thoughts on our current 4SPG. After calling out to the members of the crew standing by, they gathered at a corner booth to talk. Yes. I was approached by City Hall's tourism branch not too long ago. They said they would provide monetary assistance and wondered if I wouldn't open up the second floor rooms to booking. Of course, given the secrets we keep, I had to turn them down. It sure would have made the place a lot more lively. Having more outsiders around would make it a little harder for the cats to play. You want to protect your secrets? Then you'd be better off locking up Judith in her room. Good idea, Aaron. What's that supposed to mean? I'm pretty sure there's only one possible implication. You too, Katra! Anyway, what's the situation as it stands now? You hear anything about it? We know it ain't just a bug with the booking site. I heard about what happened at the hotel and the boarding house. But there's something else that I found interesting. It's regarding the tourism support campaign. The tourism support campaign? That's the rebate offered on the reservations made through the site. Yes, but it doesn't apply to everyone. There are a few conditions. You have to use the site, fill out a survey regarding that usage, and so on. Anchorville City Hall ultimately has the final say. The problem, though, is the timing. I looked into it. City Hall was making their decisions after the reservations was confirmed, but before the info was sent to the hotel. That means City Hall's the one stopping the information from going through? The information on the reservation was only sent to the hotel after after a determination was made. Certainly seems like a strange system, doesn't it? Sure does. There's no reason for City Hall to get in the middle of the reservation process. Payments could get canceled. Whether or not someone qualifies for the rebate should be decided after their stay. That's how other campaigns like this tend to handle it anyway. Begs the question, who's in charge of making these determinations? I have already looked into it. It's none other than the tourism branch's own Gracio. But he's the one who put out the request, chat. Our client, huh? This is starting to stink. But why? What for? It seems a little too complex to be a prank. But it's not like either the guest or the lodgings are suffering much in damages. Hotels only lose a little bit of time in the cost in compensating their guests. And it's not like any guests have been tricked out of something. Not publicly, anyway. Could be something like that's happening, but it just never got brought to our attention. Sounds like you've got something in mind. Yeah, but I still got a few questions. Thanks, though. We've managed to straighten some things out. You certainly match your reputation. You're quite welcome. I don't really get it. We may have to start asking our questions more directly. Yes. Well, let's head to Anchorville City Hall. Gracio? You've got some splaining to do.
Please wait a moment.
How's it going, buddy? Arcade Solutions. How's the request coming along? Do you have an idea of when we'll be able to put this behind us? Yeah, we've talked to everyone involved. Is that so? I'm glad. Perhaps we should go into that meeting room for your report. Nah, here's good. Since it looks like we've got to clear up some misunderstandings. And what does that mean exactly? Sounds to me like your investigation into the booking site is complete. Did you figure out what was causing the problem? Yeah, we sure did. Having you here works out. It'll be much quicker if you're involved. Say what? Van? Let me start with our conclusions. The problems with the booking site that have been popping up were caused by Gracio. Directly. You. Our client. What? What are you saying? So it was him. It would certainly explain a lot if he's our guy. Yes. Including the true reason behind the trouble. Would you kindly elaborate? I'm sorry, you are, this is not Dead Space. It's not Dead Space either. BioShock. This isn't BioShock. You're not Andrew Ryan. I don't need to answer to you. If you say, would you kindly? The trouble wasn't caused by the site itself, nor by the lodgings or the guests. It's a question of who caused the problem and why. The core issue is the discrepancy between the reservations the guests made and the information the accommodations received. Based on the fact that this problem has only happened in Anchorville regardless of the site being used, and given the systems in place for the tourism support campaign, we are able to narrow down the list of third parties involved. The culprit in question intentionally created trouble for the lodgings by falsifying reservation information. Hold on a second. Why would anyone do that? Sure, there were issues, but the payments people made were refunded properly, and they were even compensated for their troubles. Nobody stands to get anything. Would someone really go through that much trouble just to cause problems? It's called being a little chaotic, Mr. Bannings. Not normally, right? Not normally, no. You're right on that account. Especially if there wasn't the potential for a major payout that could offset the risk of being caught. But you must have an idea as to why someone would do this, Mr. Bannings. But there's nothing to gain from it. No, there is one thing. Something only someone with the tourism branch would know about. Something so few people ever deal with that it would easily go under the radar. Make sure to talk to Chief Bannings after the 4SBG is done. I'll believe in you, Chris. You mean... This could be A or B. Obviously, it's not C. He's not doing this just to be like, tee-hee, silly prank. Is it time to bust out the guide? I'm gonna do it. Should I have gotten this prepped earlier? Maybe, but I'm gonna do it. Unless you happen to know the answer offhand, Chris. Do you? Do you know the answer, Chris? The middle one? You sure? You're positive? You're 125% positive? Helps if I have the right window open. You are sure, he says. Okay. I'm gonna trust you. The rebate mirror from canceled reservations. Yeah, probably. With reservation information altered, guests would be forced to cancel with the tourism campaign. But the funds are still requested within the when the reservation is completed. Our culprit in question exploited that gap and embezzled the funds from the cancellations. It's the kind of thing that only one person has access to. The person who makes the determination. In other words, you. There's been some talk up the ladder at City Hall. It was discovered that the reports didn't match the approved budgets. Which means someone from the inside of the organization was up to something. An investigation has been pending. Gracio, mind giving me a look at your computer? It's not true, sir. I would never embezzle money. I only wanted to bring some life into this town. Before I knew it, I had all this mirror at my fingertips. More than I'd ever seen. No, that's not what I meant to say. Yeah. Well, I guess we managed to put that mystery to rest. I never imagined he'd be embezzling the funds. Well, whatever. At least we figured things out. What? What's the deal? This isn't what I was told. Gracio? You're the Spriggan, aren't you? You fix things, right? You'll do whatever you have to from here. Even making crimes disappear. Didn't you read my request properly? Huh? Your request? Word on the street is that Orbital network issues are within your area of expertise. Would you be able to help me clean up this mess? I had a feeling we weren't on the same page. So, he expected us to help cover up his crime. What a huge misunderstanding. I did nothing wrong. A devil made me do it! If only you had just helped me cover everything up instead of blabbing about the whole thing. What kind of solutions are you? My whole life is over! Gracio. What a joke. Saying anything else at this point is just meddling, but we did accept his request. We already have max chaos. Stop blaming others. Seriously. Devil made you do it? The hell it did. This is just you getting served your just desserts. You even dug your own grave by hiring us. If you can't accept any blame, you'll never be able to start over. Start over? How am I supposed to start over? That's up to you. I ain't gonna lie and tell you it's easy. Starting over is just the bare minimum. Especially considering you put up that 4 SPG. Huh? You guys. We apologize for making a scene. We ain't trying to stand out any more than we already have. So, do you mind taking them to another room and calling the cops for us? No, I don't mind. And so, a calmer Gracio was taken to another room. To prevent the disturbance from spreading, he was handed over to the police via the back door. After a time, an air of peace returned to the tumultuous city hall. Hey, what happened to Gracio? You guys ever see him again? I hope you'll all forgive me. I never expected things to turn out like this. If it's any consolation, I was at least able to arrange for the payment on Gracio's behalf. You did solve the problem with the reservations, after all. Seeing how things went, I almost want to ask for a bonus. But I'll let it slide. It's partly our fault for not noticing the issue earlier. GG, thank you, Chris! Van, don't tell me you feel sorry for the bastard. I'm not that naive. Depending on the client, it's not impossible that we accept that kind of request. But we're not obligated to help someone who just wants to avoid paying for their crimes. You're right. That simply isn't our way. I see. So this is a Spriggan. I'm ashamed to admit I was on my guard against you. Just because I'd heard you did jobs for the underworld. That does sound like an appropriate reaction, yes. It's a shame things turned out like this, but I think your tourism plan is still a great idea. Please keep doing what you can to make our town a great place to visit. Of course. We'll have to restructure our campaign, though, and earn back the trust of the people we've made problems for. Good luck. With all the fallout, too. As for us, it's time we took our leave. Yo, 2 SP!
Mira deposit confirmed.
$8,000 in the bank account. Okay, I think that about covers up every place there is to see. And we've gone through most of the 4 SPGs, too. All of them, Van, actually. No sign of those masked guys or their white replicas. Right, they're still at large. Perhaps we'd ought to gather everyone and discuss the matter. Yeah, I'm curious what Mom thinks. Let's meet up back at... let's head back to Chat Noir.
Please wait a moment.
Mr. Bannings, are you gonna tell me about your nephew? It's hard to believe such a serious hard worker was embezzling funds. Seems I've misjudged Gracio as bad as I misjudged you folks. Shows you can never really know someone just from how they appear. I'd better learn from my nephew back in Crossbell so that I can be a better judge of character. Thank you, Chris. Now I get it. The name Bannings was ringing a bell. Got a nephew over in Crossbell, see? I'm really proud of the kid. He's a model member of the police and he works harder than anyone. Aww! He's really proud of his nephew. I need to learn from his example and figure out how to be a better judge of character. So proud of Lloyd, as he should be, chat.
Let's do this. Okay.
Right, will do.
Let's do this.
Excuse me.
We have all kinds.
Saving. Hold on. 89 and a half hours, chat. Fans group met up with the reserve team members. Excuse me. Chloe joined them as well, and they all discussed their thoughts about the current state of affairs in Anchorville. At present, there's no sign that the Vestiges are here in Anchorville. And yet you feel as though something is out of place. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Telltale sign of that was the 4 SPGs posted around the city. I agree. There's something different about them compared to the usual fare in Edith and in other places. That's because they don't know us? They don't know how 4 SPGs work. And so they seem to think that we're here to help them cover up their dirty work. And that's not what we do as Spriggans, chat. The gall of them. Asking us to cover up an embezzlement and to silence people just because some accusations were thrown their way. What, did they think we were gonna leap at the chance to sink our careers and be sent up the river? I got nothing against taking jobs from people on the opposite ends of the law, but only if doing so makes sense. Or at least, that's what I did when I first opened up shop. But I hardly ever take those kind of gigs now, whether in Edith or on trips. If I'm being real, both of these 4 SPGs were so twisted, they left a real nasty taste in my mouth. You know, I wonder if the van from like a couple years ago, before he met even Anya's, would have been like, yeah, I found Yasser. He's dead. But I found him. Here you go. Where's my money? This time I asked Mom to spread word about the 4 SPGs. Basically, I informed my cafe regulars about them through subtle means. If the information was misinterpreted and therefore distorted before it spread, then I believe I am the one to blame. Unless it was an act of sabotage. You don't mean our copycat? Are you suggesting someone deliberately distorted the information? Call it a hunch. Not like I have any proof, but something smells off about this. I'll confound the Spriggan and make him suffer? That's the stench of malice that's assaulting my senses. The stench of malice, Are you saying they deliberately spread misinformation just to harass you? Like I said, it's just a hunch. But that's not what's important here. The main issue on the table is the sudden heel turn they did. Got a call from the police and guild a bit ago, right? Yes, on account of our 2 former clients. Their investigations unearthed several points of commonality between them. Like what? They had no recollection of the moment wherein they were cornered and subsequently lost their composure. Moreover, they had been recently been admitted into Anchorville General Hospital. Ooh, they don't remember things, chat. Where have we seen that happen before? Wait, what the shit? Part about losing their memories reminds me of Jeffrey. This can't be a coincidence. Something's fishy about that hospital. Amnesia? Oh shit, here we go again. I mean, are we going again? Or are we doing it for the first time? I don't know, Chris. I don't remember. I have amnesia. There's too many things that point back to that place. That's very true. That hospital has many inpatients from Edith, too. Not just locals. I'd feel awkward poking my nose around there without just cause, but maybe we can at least pay it a visit. That may not be a bad course of action. Good idea. Sorry. Excuse me. You may have forgotten, but I thought Chris was going to bed. Nope. Not anymore. He wanted to leave Crimson, but he doesn't have an emote that lets him leave, so he can't do that. Just tread carefully if you decide to take it. The notion that something is going on in that hospital has me wary. Exactly, Chris. You can't leave. It's possible even that conclusion was put in our heads by our mystery tall tale teller. Honestly, from what I'm sensing about his character, he's not some big fish worth stressing about. The opposite, in fact. Even so, we should still look into it. Hospital is a quick walk from the street in front of the city hall. Though with a group as big as ours, we'll definitely draw attention to ourselves. Might be better if some people stayed behind. Good point. Us will bring along people who will blend in more naturally. I'd like to clamp down on the fixer vibe if we can. Then why don't you bring Fairy, Catra, and me along? Because I would rather bring Judith than Aaron? That could work. The chances of us arousing suspicion and being questioned would be minimal. We'll go undercover and have our comms on just in case. To be careful. Oh, and make sure you're prepared before heading in. The game is telling me specifically who will be in the party.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Can I don't know if I necessarily want to, like, supercharge you, but I'll upgrade you where I can.
Shard skills updated. That one's a single element slot.
Damn, no impede 2 is available. Okay, I can steal from, like, Jid and Risha and people like that. I didn't even double check who all has the attack 2.
That one's a single element slot.
Give her
Shard skills
break
updated.
2, sure. Stealing? Yeah, I'm a thief. That's true.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Don't worry, I'm only stealing from some people. It is going to be very difficult to actually give her a Impassion Guard. So we can give her regular Impassion Guard. So that requires giving her a scent. I don't know if we want to give her scent. But Evade 2 is fine.
Shard skills updated.
What about that plus a Strike 2? That won't be enough for a Impassion Guard.
Maintenance mode engaged.
You already have a Mind 1 and 2. She doesn't need a Mind 3, does she? I'll leave it on her, though. After Time Arts. Ooh, give her Onyx Ring, maybe? Am I building her a little bit too much? Maybe. She'll probably be fine if we're being completely honest with you.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Judgment Feather. 75% damage delaying follow-up after attack arts. Can I fit 6 wind onto this line at all? Well, 3 wind is enough for Arc Feather.
Shard skills updated.
And I guess I could also move you somewhere else. What do I need for Judgment Feather 6 wind? Oh, and I barely have... Yeah, I barely have enough to do that. Who has that? Judith? Gotta love it when my active party
That one's a
members
single element slot.
are ruining my ability to do things. Can you show me an emote? I mean, I don't see why not.
Shard skills updated.
The picture of you, Chris, that worked just fine on mine. Kaseki 25 pain. It works for me. Honestly, it's a nice picture.
That one's a single
I
element
like it.
slot.
It's nice, still can't leave. That is true. You still can't leave. You're not allowed to leave.
Activating maintenance mode.
Do I think it encapsulates pain? Nah. Just
All kinds fresh.
all you need to know, Chris. You can check it as the one song says. You can check out anytime you'd like, but you can never leave. Once we begin our investigation, we'll be temporarily locked to Van Onion's ferry catcher, and one other person in this round of the city will end. Let me save before I do that. Looks nothing like the Naruto character Pain. Damn, Crimson. Let's go. Ooh, I can bring in one other person. It can't be Judith. Fine. It will be Aaron. Good song, chat. Can just kind of vibe to it. General Hospital. Anchorville General Hospital. Where's Creone? Is she here? This is a pretty big hospital. Looks a little bit like the Basel Institute of Science, don't you think? Both are pristine state-of-the-art buildings, so I can see the resemblance for certain. Bet you're curious if it looks this good on the inside. Want to head in?
Okay.
There are shops in here, but they don't have anything new. Where's Nurse Creone? Wow. It really does remind me of the Basel Institute of Science. Yeah, it really gives off the same vibes. Kinda has a funny scent though, doesn't it? That's just hospital smell, fairy. That's probably the disinfectants you're smelling. They do seem to take ventilation seriously here. The computer systems for reception look brand new, so the hospital must be making a lot of money. There's even a VIP ward. That's where politicians and execs go when they've had scandals, right? Just so we're clear, the two clients from our Forest BGs weren't VIPs or anything. Scan for a garden entry. Thank you, DJ. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for the reminder. They were just regular patients who came here to get their regular symptoms treated. With that in mind, let's accidentally push the button. Let's see what we can dig up here in the lobby. Fair warning, I'll be doing it my way. You guys still want to lend a hand? Of course. I'll see what I can discover. For starters, I can tell there are a lot of people still waiting to be checked in addition to visitors and current patients. Not to mention the nurses, doctors, receptionists, and security guard. I'll see what I can dig up on them. Maybe I'd be a lot more help if I didn't try talking to anybody. People love kids! Even if you said something dumb, no one would take it seriously. Now that you said that I'm not going. That, true, Chris. Because Crimson's not gonna leave me to go watch Taylor, it means he gets to watch more of me! On the contrary, he might even get them to lower their guards, don't you think? I'm not a little kid! No, but you take advantage of the fact that people treat you like a child. If you notice anything, you just let us know, okay, Fairy? Now, where should we begin our investigation? Well, you could start by seeing if there are any leads related to visitors. Then, check out the hospital's infrastructure and facilities. See if anything feels off. If we do that, we'll get right to the core of the matter. Hospital management and suspicious patients added. Gather relevant information using the topics based on who's you're questioning. Can I go outside?
Now where?
I can.
Another patient. Now where?
I feel much more at ease at a hospital like this. Beginning search.
Damn. Now you're leaving because he said that you're staying? Just the opposite of Chris's requests. I see how it is. I guess the saying is true. Everybody hates Chris.
Let me ask you something.
I'd love for you to stay, Crimson. The time I've been standing up here, guard here at least, I haven't seen anyone acting suspicious. But it's possible someone might have only started acting out after they entered the place.
Got something to ask you.
Yay! I don't work directly for the hospital. I'm just contacted security guard. So I don't know much about the situation with management. You'd probably be better off asking some full-time staff or even some of the long-term patients. Fair.
What seems to be the problem?
You know a stupid myth that I heard? What's the myth?
What would you like?
Buy a couple of these just for potential trade value later. Oh, no gifts?
Take care now.
Japanese myth that's really stupid.
Now where?
Attention all patients.
Someone said people in Japan can't wear shorts?
Search time.
I mean, shorts are comfy and easy to wear, Chad.
Let me ask you something.
Sorry, but I'm not allowed to talk about the operation with anyone who isn't involved.
Do you have a moment?
Anything about suspicious patients? You want to know if strange people have been visiting the hospital? Yes, I've heard some rumors and they make me feel a little uneasy. And you mean like someone who's being suspicious, right? Not someone who's acting strange because of an illness? Right, nothing about someone's health or anything like that. Like, did anyone suspicious come by? Maybe they were acting shady or really frantic even. Okay, maybe... we did have a few patients coming in the last couple of days who acted like that. Really? Yeah, and they were basically... They hated the way they looked in them and wanted people to stop wearing them, and Joey... the anime man did a video debunking Japanese myths. Okay, so one guy said that he didn't like people wearing shorts. So he claims that everybody has to stop wearing shorts now? That's weird. But it's probably just a coincidence, you know? You know? I'm not allowed to tell you anything confidential, but they're only here for little bitty things like standard checkups. It's probably nothing. Anxious or nervous people come here all the time. We just happen to get a bunch in all at once this time. I see. Sorry to take up your time. Suspicious, Chet. You know, that one feels like it's stupid, but also I know that we have stupid laws in America sometimes too
Getting search.
that are like technically laws but never actually enforced.
Got something to ask you.
You might be able to tell me about management. As for the hospital's management, well, it all happened so long ago. But there was something that I could share. Do tell. Whatever's on your mind. Well, you see, the hospital closed so suddenly in the middle of December last year. When it reopened, the medical doctor had been replaced. It was quite hectic. I don't know the specifics, but I was lucky I'd already been discharged from the hospital. The middle of December? Is that when the people with ties to Almato were arrested? That does sound about right. Yeah, like the 22nd, 23rd. I remember it was right before Christmas. And they never brought up the fact that it was almost Christmas, chat. As long as there's nowhere that says you can't, who cares, you can do it. Stupidest one he brought up was that you can't blow your nose on a train? That's very funny. Yeah, it's pretty suspicious, especially since we don't know why the hospital was shut down. Is that so? Sounds like you were pretty fortunate. Oh yes. A lot of other people were really inconvenienced. Especially that man who had to blow his nose on the train. He had like 7 cops coming after him. Oh, and I just remembered one other thing about this place. Only it's an even older story. That's fine, I don't mind. Hell, just before the hospital was shut down, heard a lot of construction workers had been coming and going. Thought they must have been working on some large-scale project, but nothing was even visibly remodeled. Could be they were working on staff rooms, or maybe something underground like plumbing. Or maybe that VIP ward people talk about. That's what I figured. But the staff hadn't heard anything about it. Room I stayed in when I was hospitalized had a view of the VIP ward, but there wasn't anything untoward about it. The timing of it definitely raises a red flag. Then our next step is to investigate what happened while the hospital was closed. Hello there, sir.
Excuse
Do you know anything about suspicious patients? For matters like that, go ask the general staff. I'm a very busy man, you know. I haven't the time to involve myself with every single patient.
Pardon me.
Why should I have to explain anything to an outsider? Yes, there may have been a lot going on since the end of last year, but things have been stable since I became head of the department. So you say, Director, Heinemann. Actually, what do you have to say about the patients? Strange patient, you say? I'm sorry, no one comes to mind. Many people come and go here every day, so I'm afraid I don't recall the other patients too clearly. Just remember, Chad, if we go into the basement, freaky shit starts to happen and then the world ends. Nurse Finley, eh?
Let me ask you something.
What can you tell me about the hospital closing down? It's just me, or is this nurse familiar? Well, whatever. Mind if I ask you a few questions about the hospital? Do you mean when medical services were suspended? It was mentioned briefly in the Eaton newsletter. It came to light that the former medical director was colluding with a patient in the VIP ward. Sounds like the rumors about the VIP ward were true. Yeah, but would they really have to shut down the whole hospital to arrest one man for collusion? A lot of people suffered because of the closure. Yeah, weird. Let's keep digging. Yeah, sounds like there's a lot of skeletons in the closet. You know, chat, Pride Month may be over, but I stan a skeleton that needs to stay in the closet because he's not ready to come out. But if the hospital had to shut down, doesn't that mean there was a huge investigation? Sure, investigators came and seized a lot of documents. I think some government agencies conducted investigations of their own, too. It's hard to believe they'd have such a huge turnout for good old-fashioned collusion. Government agency that did their own independent legwork was probably the CID. And if you consider the timing of when the investigation took place... Yep, our former department head likely had ties with Almada. Sounds like a lot of trouble. Yeah, it was a challenging period for the hospital. To be honest, it hasn't gotten much better, even with the new medical director. Yes, Chris? You liked my statement, right? Why not? Is something going on now? Well, I'm not permitted to talk about it publicly, but suffice it to say, the new guy has skeletons of his own. In addition to his questionable work ethic, he's always trying to entertain people and build connections. And since he takes staff along for his social calls, it's been difficult for us to meet demand here at the hospital. My friend sent me those the other day. What did your friend send you, Crimson? Sorry? It sounds like things haven't changed much since the previous guy was arrested. Can't deny that it sounds like he's got a case of the collusions. Apparently, the VIP ward is still being used for the same kind of patients. Anyway, sorry to give you another headache when things are so rough. I'm used to this. Don't mind me. Chat! It's him! Old man! That old dude. Honestly, also chat, don't think I haven't noticed that nurse was named Fenley.
Hey there, Karen. Look who's here.
Old man in casual Eastern garb. My favorite character.
Oh, hello there, sir. Thanks for your help looking into that issue last night. I'm sorry, but we're a little busy right now. I hope you don't mind waiting a bit.
Oh, that's no problem at all. I'll just hang around.
Understandable.
Since I'm here and all, maybe I'll chat up some nurses.
No. Bad. Bad.
Oh, you. Everyone is busy right now, so try not to bother them, okay? You're number 92, so I'll call you when we're ready.
Sure. Say, once you're off the clock, why don't you join me at Chat Noir and...
Now make sure you listen to what the doctor tells you.
What a character. He's wearing Eastern attire. Do you think he came from Longport? Nah. He's dressed like someone out of the Far East, if anything. For a split sec, I thought old man Gien might have come here with Fawn. He's definitely dressed funky. One moment again, chat. I was gone for 3 days. Did not fix my nose at all. Whoa, I feel better now. Actually, I ran into him once before. Apparently he's a vagabond from the east. Really? What a coincidence. Right? Either way, it sounds like he came here yesterday too. Let's hit him up a second, see if he knows anything. Alright. Why do I not like the idea of him meeting Agnes or Fairy?
What seems to be the problem? Okay,
Sure.
come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Young Kafai, I presume? Pretty sure this old dude was from out of the country. Maybe he can give us an unbiased perspective. Yo, we meet again. Talk about good timing.
Oh, you're the fellow from the concert hall in Edith. Life's brought you to Anchorville too, huh?
Sure has. Basically, mind if I get your insight on a few things?
Meeting again in a place like this. Looks like fate's at work again. By the way, where's that girl you had with you the other night?
She's not here. Well, stuff with her is complicated. Normally, I work with these guys here.
Is that so? Well, even without her, you've still got a beauty or two with you regardless.
Can we knock this guy into next week?
Clearly, you're not a man to be underestimated.
Sure have come a long way to chase some tail, old man. Based on your clothes, I'd guess Long Lie or maybe even further east. Well, let's just say I'm from the direction of Long Lie for now. You see, I was actually vacationing in Tharbad until yesterday afternoon. Suddenly, I felt like I needed a health checkup, so I came to Anchorville by train. This is the only hospital in all of Calvert. Did you know that, chat? You came all the way from Tharbad for a doctor's visit in the evening? You've got some impressive stamina. I'm often on the road, so this is no problem for me. I must admit, there's a girl in my family who says I shouldn't even bother with a trip to the doctor. But my nephew and the others often insist, even when I go on vacation. I mean, what's the trouble with letting me have some fun while I'm taking a special trip through Calvert? He's really different from Bearguard, but I get the sense he still enjoys life at his age. Agreed? Though, like Master, there's more to him than meets the eye. Oops, we've been caught up in his rhythm, haven't we? Look, I'm sure your adventures are fascinating, but maybe we can get back to the matter at hand? I see. Abnormal patience, an untimely shutdown, and mysterious construction. I've got just a little hunch. Just based on my own observations, mind. Really? Oh, yes. I spotted someone who fits the bill for your suspicious patients just last night, actually. And I've seen a few others with similar problems. Yeah? I didn't hear much from the nurse, but it sounds like they've been coming in for nightly checkups. Anything about these guys worth mentioning? Let me think. How they got their medicine, I suppose. Their medicine? Normally, you'd pick up your prescription from the pharmacy before heading home after a checkup. But they never did. And yet, when I watched them leave, I noticed they had medicine in hand already. Ah, so they were given their medicine directly in the room? Is that so? It's not totally unusual to be given your medicine directly by the doctor, though. One other thing I noticed, but it's more related to the construction work. Tell me, have you ever visited this hospital in the middle of the night? No, we haven't. Where it is, people have been hearing a ringing sound. I did too, though it went away after I went outside. Since it can only be heard inside, I tried to track it down. I believe the airflow in the building is creating a high-pitched noise. That makes sense. It's not uncommon for strange sounds to result from airflow due to building design and HVAC systems. Different people can hear different things, so to some people it might sound more like tinnitus. The fact that it happens only at night could be due to changes in the temperature or atmospheric pressure. Who cares about why? The fact that the old guy realized it was the airflow in the first place is insane. Well, I can read the wind to some degree. Have you met my son, Gaius? He also likes the wind. Wait, Gaius is your son? No, I'm fucking with you. Anyway, some of the patients have here haven't made the connection and are blaming other causes. Welcome back, Crimson. That sounds like a problem. Friend called at 7. I was returning. Ah! Understandable. Even if it's only a few people who can hear it, I'm sure it would be aggravating to listen to a constant ringing. With problems from last year's construction work, it's possible nobody's looked into it yet. Since the new medical director doesn't seem to hang around the hospital much, I doubt he even cares. Thanks, Gramps. You've really helped us out. My pleasure. I was just killing time until my results came back anyway. So you've met that man that has nothing to do with any of the characters we know? Exactly, Crimson. Nothing whatsoever. Fate works in mysterious ways. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask. He did talk or mention the wind earlier, Crimson. So obviously, he's Gaius's father. What's that? We already met Gaius's father back in Nord? Nah. That was just fake. This is his real, his real father. At this point, we've already gathered quite a lot of information. Let's take a minute to organize our thoughts. Okay. First off, suspicious patients were mainly seen at night for their checkups. And it's unclear how exactly they received their medicine. People have also reported hearing a ringing sound at night, which is caused by the building's shape and HVAC systems. Some people think it's a problem with their own health and ask for a checkup. The cause might also be related to the construction work that took place last year. Additionally, there's a chance that work has connections to Almada just based on the timing. Good work. The dots seem to be lining up, but we're missing something definitive to tie it all together. From here, let's try narrowing down who our targets are and gather what information we can. To do that, we'll have to look into the nighttime checkups and pinpoint any suspicious docs. Sounds like a plan to me. Alright. Time to get investigating. We'll find out just what's at the root of it all. Nighttime medical care and notable doctors obtained. Gathering relevant information using topic.
That old man really
Based
was
on stuff.
mysterious, wasn't he? He had a sort of otherworldliness to him. Like he could see right through everything.
Yeah, and thanks to him, we got ourselves a clue. Still.
Anyway, let's keep gathering information.
Good idea, you guys.
Got something to ask you.
This hospital has been letting people schedule late-night appointments for a while. Oh, I can't say I've ever needed them myself, so I'm not too sure what all is involved.
Got something to ask you.
Any noteworthy doctors, madam? I had several doctors look after me when I was hospitalized, but none of them particularly stood out to me more than the others. All of the doctors here are equally impressive, and the entire staff is dedicated to their patients. Man, where's Dr. Salen when we need her, chat? Yuto!
Pardon me.
I don't know if the people in the other departments work at night. But I know Dr. Hussein stays late. He's always looking out for me.
Got a question for you.
What if you tell us more about Dr. Hussein? To be honest, Dr. Hussein's probably the best doctor. He's always been good to me, and it's thanks to him that I'm even doing okay. When I get sick, he'll even stay late to see me. It sounds like he's a real respectable doctor. Sounds like he's sticking around voluntarily rather than working the night shift officially. Oh, could you share your impressions of the other doctors too? Well, Dr. Grant stays late a lot, and the pharmacist, Dr. Velverine, does too. Speaking of which, she's been looking really stressed lately. She was getting flustered while looking at her documents, saying something about the numbers not adding up. That does sound concerning. In any case, we have a better idea of who the doctors are. Thank you for your help. Yeah, and sorry to trouble you when you've got your own problems to deal with. Nah, it's okay. Hello there, Betsy.
Do you have a moment?
Who's your favorite doctor? I was only just admitted here, so I don't really have a strong impression of any of the other doctors yet. I'm sure patients who are here long-term probably get to know them much better. Well, do you know anything about nighttime medical care, even though you've just started? I know they let you schedule appointments during the night shift, but I've never done it before, so I don't know how it works exactly. So much for you. Why did I talk to you? Look, I know you're only here as a temp security guard.
Got a question for you.
But do you know anything? He does. Nighttime treatment, huh? The departments all operate differently depending on the day. Dr. Grant from the ENT department has been working overtime every night these days. The medical director's been putting a lot on his plate, but that's because he's a diligent, trustworthy doctor. I see. Sounds like he's a real dedicated guy, huh? Yep. And he's always willing to help anyone who has a sudden health issues or needs a checkup in the middle of the night. If you didn't really want to help people, I don't think you'd go this far as a doctor. On that note, do you mind telling us which doctors are regularly available for nightly checkups? Oh, that varies by department, so I can't say for certain. Dr. Hussein from the pediatrics department often stays late on his own, even when he's not part of the night shift. Pharmacist often sticks around too, to provide medications for the patients who came in late. I gotta say, I have my doubts on the pharmacist. Oh? What do you mean? She's called Velverine, and she's got a bad attitude. She can be real careless too. I get that it's tough to work the night shifts, but I can't help but feel she's gonna slip up in the future. I guess every workplace is gonna have someone who hates what they do. Regardless, it helps to know who's working late. Appreciate it. Alright, we've gathered plenty of info. Might be good to sit down and sort through it all. Review response has been added to the travel menu.
What seems to be the problem?
Wrong button. Let's be good and save. Because we need to save often. Finally getting a look at the bigger picture. Add in the way those two clients from our 4 SPGs were behaving. Sounds like a certain someone in the hospital is responsible for the ongoing situation. Now we can finally start narrowing things down. Right, the person responsible is most likely... One person doesn't like Velverine. No, not O'Hara. Dr. Grant stays a lot, and the pharmacist does too. She's been looking really stressed lately. She's flustered. My guess is that it's Velverine here. What's the exact question? The person likely responsible. I am going to double check that I'm right before I lock in. Da 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 da. How do I spell this name? Well, either I'm wrong or about. I was wrong. I'm completely wrong, chat. It is in fact Specialist Grant. The ENT specialist, Dr. Grant, right? He often does night shifts and deals with people whose symptoms are similar to those we've encountered in our 4 SPGs. Non-life-threatening symptoms are his specialty, in other words. Don't forget, People also hear ringing in their ears at night. Some patients even thought it might be tinnitus or something. Naturally, they'd go to him. So to summarize, patients visiting at night would experience a ringing in their ears. They all came here for different reasons, but they'd all end up seeing Dr. Grant in the ENT department. If that doesn't sound fishy, I don't know what does. Even the people who originally came for ENT stuff could be targets. You know, in hindsight, Grant was the one who stays late even when he doesn't work the night shift. Yeah, I should have known better. Yep. In any case, the best thing to do would be to approach Dr. Grant ourselves. How about this? I fake an illness and get the guy to take a look at me. Work for you guys? It ain't a bad idea, but wouldn't we have to wait around a while? 2 steps ahead of you. Gotcha. Think you can break into the hospital server in there with Theo? I can, but... Oh, you want me to hack in so you can move up the queue? You get it. That way we can talk to the shady doc without wasting the afternoon. But there are people who are seriously ill who are waiting. I'm not happy about this. But I guess it's just one of those times I have to put my feelings aside. Yeah. Especially if that doctor is up to no good. We need to act fast. Alright, it's decided. Let's find a way to access that server room. Good idea. New infiltration point for Theo has been added. Use search inside the hospital to pinpoint the access to the server room.
Where?
What seems to be the problem?
When's my turn?
Alternatively, we just look at the map and it tells us where to go.
Let's have a look.
I said something. Try searching.
That'll do it. According to our search, this duct should lead to the server room. Sweet. Then all we gotta do is get Theo in there to access the terminal and bada bing bada boom. We did something similar in Messeldom, didn't we? Yeah. Once we get to the terminal, we can leave it all to Theo. All you then, Ketra. Theo.
Roger. Upon locating the server room, I will access the appointment database.
Alrighty. Yo, hacking mini game. Actually, this isn't even hacking. Not technically. Navigate the goal. Go up, go down. Yeah.
Commencing air duct infiltration.
You died. Guess that way's not accessible, chat.
Sensor detected. Engaging evasive maneuvers.
Turn off the... Yeah! Oh, well. Switch it from on to blinking, I guess. Fuck.
Resuming infiltration.
Your game crashed here when you streamed it? Well, I'm definitely glad that I just saved. Also, I don't know how fun that fact is, Chris. Seems very, very sad fact, if we're being completely honest here. No, that's where we just came from. No, I am going this way. Okay.
Resuming infiltration. Resuming infiltration.
You know, the security here is pretty bad. If you cross a wire, that wire just kind of disappears and we get to try again.
Danger.
Eh.
Item obtained.
I don't need to do this perfectly for like a fucking SP bonus or something, do I? Sounds like something that they would do to this in this area. Not that you know of? Okay. Fuck.
Resuming infiltration.
Good job, me, for just running right into the fucking wires. I promise you, I'm not doing this because I can. I'm just that stupid. We did it. First try, chat.
It's Theo. It looks like we're in.
Heck yeah.
We can manipulate the queue as soon as we have our number.
Well done. Guess it's off to reception then. I gotta change up the party while we're at it so we don't look too suspicious. Anya's, Katra, you're with me. The rest of you stay on standby in case anything goes wrong. Let's call Rosette too. She can help by using her shards to detect changes to the vital signs. Got it. I'll remain on alert. You seriously gonna sideline me? It's all good, I get it. Alright, time to make a reservation. I guess we don't get to see what illness he's faking. Patient 115, please head to the examination room. Would you look at that? Our turn already. Come on. Wait a second, I'm patient 114. I was next. Patient 92, thank you for waiting. Your results are ready now. Yes? Oh, that's the old man from earlier. Looks like your number got called too, Gramps. Oh, and thanks again for the help earlier.
Oh, don't mention it. Well, I guess I'd better finally go see what the doctor has to say about my examination.
It says here you have a bullet in the brain. What? I was never shot. Oh, right. My examination is 10 seconds fast. Bang. Nah, you're perfectly healthy. Sir? Sir, you can get off the ground now. Sir?
You're Mr. Arkwright, correct? I've been told you've been having some ear problems.
Yeah, the tinnitus has been killing me the last few days. It's kind of where I can't even focus on the job.
I see. And, it seems you brought quite an entourage with you. Well, in any case, take a seat. We can go through your symptoms together.
See, this is less of a examination, more of an interrogation. But on your end, a severe ringing in your ears, huh? Fortunately, I have the thing that will help solve the problem quickly. Does that mean you have an idea as to what could be causing it? My mom was watching a show with, Mr. Miyagi. Oh, from the Karate Kid? Heck yeah. From, like, the original Karate Kid or Jackie Chan? Well, lots of people have similar symptoms. Changing in atmospheric pressure due to the changing of the seasons could be the cause. Yeah? Guess you really know what you're talking about. The original Karate Kid. Got it, yeah. Our sensory symptoms can be quite sensitive to change. They're easily impacted by fluctuations in our environment. Pat Morita, yeah. That was Daniel, right? That was his name? The influence of high and low frequencies could affect your sense of balance and cause you to hear things, for example. I see. So our surroundings can be the cause. You know, I think I heard that some people in the hospital are hearing a ringing noise too. Only at night, though. In the hospital? This is the first I've heard about it. Yeah, my tinnitus has actually gotten worse since I got this. Think it's related? What's your take, Doc? I'm not familiar with that sort of orbital device. Perhaps it's emitting a low frequency wave? I'm detecting irregular breathing and an elevated heart rate. He is agitated. Mr. Arkwright? Got my hands on it after looking into last year's drug business. While we're on the subject, I heard it's been causing ringing in people's ears. Weren't those drugs tied to the mafia? Do you think such a thing is being spread here in Anchorville? That's a scary thought. I thought everything related to the drugs would have been seized by now. What are you all talking about? I have other patients that need my attention, so I'd like it if we could keep the conversation relevant to the checkup. My bad, Doc. That does remind me, though. Is it true you've been handing out meds without consulting the pharmacy? Oh, you're right! Another patient was saying something like that. That's not good. Audits for prescriptions are imperative, and giving out medication is strictly the role of the pharmacy. Is that what people are saying? What a terrible rumor. I assure you, if it's related to the medication, I make sure the pharmacist has approved. Yeah, I don't think so. In fact, it was the patients who got their meds directly from you that were spreading the word. Someone's been messing with the 4SPG network, too. Tell me, you know anything about that?
A-D!
Looks like we found our man, Chet! Oh, shit. Gonna say you could raid another person playing Horizon, but she's at the finale. Yeah, no, don't want to raid them. One of my own party members was working for the bad guy? Damn, Night Wolf.
As we thought.
And Lunar.
D! Now is the time. May the altered dawn rise to meet us!
Shit, we weren't able to catch him.
Reset. Contact everybody on standby.
Understood.
Oh boy.
What the hell is going on?
People are starting to go crazy.
What happened in the Blacklight district?
Can't wait to see me play the... I mean, who knows if I will, but I'd love to
That
at some point.
doctor must have amplified the spiritual energy waves.
What the heck?
I sense the same presence as yesterday. Be careful.
Ah, shoot, chat.
Damn it! Don't tell me this bastard's planning to use all these people as shields!
We can't hurt them.
You're right. They're not Jaegers or gangsters. Even trying to restrain these people could do them harm.
In theory, but I would still need to own it, Crimson. Or I guess I could try to find a ROM for the older version.
Then our only choice is to shock them back to their senses one by one.
By punching them really hard.
Right. We can use that shard function to suppress it.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I'll handle this.
Oh. Old man in casual Eastern garb?
The old man from earlier?
It can't be.
Bearguard knows him for sure.
For real?
He dropped them without even touching them.
I knew it. You're...
What a stroke of divine luck. Can we leave these people to you?
But of course. Happy to help the roaring lion and his friends.
That's
I'll stay
not what I
here
call it
and
anymore.
Protect all the lovely nurses until you can stem this problem at the source.
Ah,
didn't
yes.
see
The
this coming.
nurses.
Thanks. We're counting on you.
Seriously, I don't have a clue what's going on. But I guess we'll leave it to you.
Good idea,
Dr.
Judith.
Grant should be up ahead. We need to take him into custody.
Dead end?
No, something smells here. Reset, do it.
At once.
Accidentally pressed the button, but that's fine. If your card had money on it, damn, I'm so sorry,
You
Nightwolf.
seriously got a hidden door?
You're that surprised, Aaron? That's what the construction was for, obviously.
Let's take a look.
It's in a book.
Why does a random hallway have secret doors? This is a hospital, not a spy movie.
Katra? ¿Por qué no los dos?
It's starting to make sense. Perhaps this has something to do with the previous management's shady funding.
Exactly,
I
Crimson.
think
Reading
you're onto
Rainbow.
something. And I think it's clear who the source of those funds was.
Almada.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Contact the guild and the cops. We're going right in.
All right, let's see. The guild and the Anchorville Police Department.
I can't believe this was happening in us Grimcat's own backyard. How dare these jerks?
You might want to call your mom, too, Judith. Not because I think she'll help, I just want her to be there. All party members have returned. I guess that means I can bring Judith back into the party. Reading Rainbow is an old TV show. It sure was. Well, it's old now, to be more exact.
Man will be okay. We kind of left him on his own back there.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be
sure he'll be
better
just
than
fine.
if we were with him.
Indeed. We don't need to worry about him at all.
He was wielding a Tachi, wasn't he?
Makes sense.
Our intel mentioned him. All we can do now is press onward.
Yeah, that man is probably an S rank level threat. Unfortunately, I don't think I can continue from here. It is just too late. I need to start getting ready for bed because I've got stuff going on in the morning. I want to keep going. I assure you, chat, I want to keep going. But I can't. I want, but I really want to. Let's go look for a raid target before I start going insane. Knowledge is power. That is true. Schoolhouse Rocky. Who do you want to raid? Who to raid? I was about to raid somebody for Xenoblade Chronicles, and then I realized they're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I don't want to raid into the future. I still gotta fit. You know what? We're probably just gonna raid Taylor. I almost said raid Trails. That's not right. That is very much inaccurate. Yup, I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. As always, chat, we can use these 2 raid messages to go and show Taylor some love. Also, give her a little shouty so people can know what they're getting into. She's playing some Kingdom Hearts 3. She's currently on the Pirates of the Caribbean world. It looks like she's near the end of the Pirates world. And that's okay. Tomorrow is Kodelka. Chris, if you're listening, tomorrow is Kodelka. Don't forget that. Back to more trails on Saturday. And we'll see what my schedule for next week looks like. Bye, chat. We'll see you all next time.